The music sucks, the dancing and stage production is atrocious, but the character development and story progression is quite astounding in the neoclassic sense. On Opposite World, this is Purple Rain on Stinger Madness. Hello and welcome to Stinger Madness. I'm your host, Justin. With me in studio, as always, are my two good Bad Moves fan friends, Sam and Jackie. How is Jackie?
Oh my god, I'm so pumped after watching this movie.
Awesome.
I loved it.
How's Sam?
I'm good.
Good, great. I'm wowed is a word I could say that would be accurate. I think I was surprised. I mean, and I shouldn't be surprised because it's fucking Prince. I knew he was good. I knew the music's good, and I knew the dancing's good, and all the Prince stuff is good. And thank God that the majority of the film was just Prince being Prince. You know, that's what I have to say about it. Podcast over. See you next week.
Oh, come on. There's so much more to talk about. Prince's sweet hair, how his fashion style was awesome, all except for those weird, really big round sunglasses.
That's what I'm saying is all the Prince business is awesome. When it's just Prince being Prince, it's awesome. Everything around it stinks.
Well, there's a certain point of it, too, that it's Prince the movie, and, like, Prince is awesome, and ancillary is all bad. Like, Morris is intentionally bad because he's not Prince.
Right.
You're here to make sure that everyone knows how awesome Prince is. One of the ways you do that is that you make everybody else decidedly less awesome.
My problem with that, and my primary problem with the whole movie, is the plot. Is that this character and this band are having these struggles, and everybody around them is going, hey, you're no good. We got to get better acts in here because you're just not pulling it together, and you're playing the same old songs that nobody wants to hear. And then you question that from the very get-go when they play Let's Go Crazy, and it's like, dude, this is one of the best shows I've ever seen in my fucking life. How could anybody be like, no, these guys aren't good enough? They make the crowd go fucking crazy and pack it wall to wall. Nope, this isn't the band. What the fuck do you want? Because it's not the time, or Apollonia 6, because they stink.
Well, that's one of the problems with trying to make this sort of tale with Prince, because none of his songs really sting.
And he's awesome through the whole time.
And if it's, even if it's a song that you're not really crazy about that he does, as long as he's doing it live, all of a sudden he's bringing energy. He's going to bring it.
He brought it.
He's going to bring it every night.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but he brought it.
He brought it. I watched a YouTube clip because we, on the point 5, we all sort of got on what eventually became the bandwagon of the Hall of Fame induction guitar solo from As My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Right.
And that's like the thing, I guess, now. But there's a 19-minute version of a live Purple Rain performance where he plays a 7-minute guitar solo.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of noodling and sort of just kind of messing around, but there's serious 7-minute guitar solo.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's retarded.
The guy is ridiculous. If you're watching Prince perform on stage, you're just kind of, everything else doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it seems to me like the film should have tried to find some footing, instead of him struggling at the end to write Purple Rain, and at the very end he gets it together and there's some sort of redemption that doesn't really come into play. But it seems like that's how it should have started. This band can't find their footing. They've got an idea, but there's too much internal animosity between them to really. Everybody wants to be the star, and those themes are played out. But then they go on stage, and none of that exists. Everything that the audience sees in the crowd, that the other band see. The boss, the manager, is just like, fuck, these guys are really fucking good.
Yeah.
There, at no point should there be any conflict in this movie, except for when kid slaps his old lady around.
Well, I don't know that you can, in terms of the storytelling, it's basically that he has to escape the mistakes of his father and let other people help him, basically, and grow as a person. And I don't know if that was the best himself as the antagonist and protagonist
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really work for me because I'm like, no, his songs are too good.
Yeah, songs are too good.
The sort of world at large should have been the antagonist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It should have been Prince versus the world and him always being awesome the whole time.
Right.
But at the same time, this movie is basically funded by Warner Brothers, who was the world in his real antagonist, and so you can't really do it
Yeah.
because they're the ones that are making this and profiting heavily from it.
True. All right, Jackie, it's your turn. Let's talk about those damn costumes.
Yes. Okay, first of all, Prince's pants. They were kind of high, but that was okay. That didn't really bother me. They fit him well.
I've seen higher, especially in 1984.
On Morris in this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just kind of the thing for the 80s to
I
have
think-
high pants.
I think his belt line is below his belly button. So that's something. It's right there, but it's not above the belly button at least. So,
Yeah. And I loved the button design on all of his pants in the front that starts up on the side and then goes down and like, look at my wiener. Because that was what those pants were designed for. Look at my wiener.
Mm.
And I was really surprised when he took off his shirt how buff Prince was. Like, I was like, oh man, they're going to do a scene without a shirt on. And then they kind of went up close to him and he's got some ripping muscles in this movie.
there's a word for that. It's not buff, it's
defined.
lean. Yeah.
He's well defined, but
He-
he's a very small
He's
guy.
a very small man, so there's not you put just a little bit of muscle on it and it seems like a lot because it's a 110-pound man.
He looks like he could punch somebody's lights out.
Well, that's the problem is that on screen, somebody who's 5'2" and 126 pounds, well defined, can look big. In real life, you're like, wow, that person is really small.
Mm-hmm. But we all can agree that he'd win in just about every knife fight. So
He would win.
Jackie's
well,
onto something.
did you see him move on
Yeah,
that stage?
yeah.
He went from one end to the other in the blink of an eye. He's fast.
Yeah, he is quick.
He also did the double star Girl Scout or cheerleading kick.
Oh, yeah.
That's
You know,
called
where
the
they
double
use,
star.
I don't know, where they
The-
use both their legs and kick them out at the same time and jump up in the air.
Uh-huh.
The spread eagle?
Yeah, whatever that is.
The double star.
The double star?
whatever it is. But when he did that on stage, I was like, holy shit, his pants are awesome.
Next time I go to Carl's Jr. and order a double star, I'm going to be thinking about something totally.
can't even
I'm
get
going to
the
be
double
thinking
star
about
there.
Prince's crotch.
There is no double star.
Yeah, there is. It's when you have the Western star and it's a double.
The famous star?
Famous star and it's a double. It's a-
Okay.
It's a double star.
Double star.
And
4
I-
stars. The
I
jump.
liked all of his I liked his pirate shirt. Not gonna lie, that was pretty cool. And I liked the fact that he wore a lot of purple, and he had that weird purple like coat, jacket.
Crushed velvet.
Mhm.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
that thing was
Mhm.
with the shiny purple gems or whatever on the top of it. I don't know. His outfits were just so cool. But I'm gonna say his biggest downfall were those weird round reflective sunglasses.
Oh, I kind of like the big sunglasses. I
didn't
thought
like
that
'em.
I wouldn't mind them. It's, Bono is trying to do those sunglasses, and they just look much cooler on Prince.
I am going to give him a hall pass on the sunglasses because they would work well. They would double well as shitty goggles for someone who's riding a motorcycle because they're so
Oh, that's good.
large.
That's a good point.
No, that is
Or
true.
it's also because they kind of wrap, maybe it keeps the stage lights out of your eyes. You know, that gap between the sunglasses and the frame of the
Well-
sunglasses and your forehead. Since they wrap, maybe it's stage lighting goggles too. Maybe they serve many functions.
Goggles
Yeah.
ish.
Mm.
How about the motorcycle?
Oh, that was what I wanted to talk about next. So this motorcycle was badass. Not only was it purple, it was a Honda. I did notice that. But it had the Prince symbol all over it, on the gas can, on the battery cap. It had it on the front of the windscreen. It was a Prince motorcycle, and it was obvious that it was a Prince motorcycle.
Oh, I think it's quite clear.
Yeah, it was awesome.
The symbol was supposed to have been spattered about the entire movie, and I think I saw it on one poster and all over the motorcycle, but it's supposed to be other places. I didn't catch it.
I think if you went back and watched it again and didn't pay attention to Prince,
Get
and
mesmerized.
if you weren't mesmerized, I caught it in about 6 places that were very quick. Graffiti here and there.
Yeah, I saw it on a building graffiti.
I saw it on one of the bridges, and we probably missed 20 uses of it just because we were like, oh, Prince.
And not to mention that Prince has some of the most awesome hair ever on a dude.
I would go back to one of the costumes, and it's just like what he's wearing is ridiculous,
Mhm.
but he looks fine in
He
it.
looks fine.
It's like everything was made to fit him, which it was. All of his clothes are tailored, I'm sure.
You go back and you watch wild characters from the 70s and the 80s. They're on-stage personas. And a lot of them you go back and look at and think, wow, that just looks so fucking ridiculous. But at the time, it was perfectly fitting thematically with the era and on stage people. And even today, you look at some of the on stage performers, and you're like, you look fucking retarded.
Ridiculous.
But you're a musician, so it's cool. Prince right now could wear exactly that today as a new musician, and I wouldn't blink at it. I'd just be like, that guy is fucking cool.
It's his own thing. And I guess the only other person that gets close is Zorro, right?
Yeah, Zorro's a good comparison.
Like, that's the only other person that dresses remarkably anywhere near what he's wearing is Zorro.
And Zorro looks cool.
Zorro looks cool. And so that's where it's so original that, like, it's timeless. It's a timeless look because nobody else really did it other than Zorro, who's badass.
Yeah.
Well, as far as Apollonia's outfits, we can go to her next.
Showcase.
You mean the boobs?
The boobs?
Yeah.
She's had a nice rack.
Yeah. Well, she was the prop.
Hello.
She was definitely a prop.
Yeah.
Her boobs were the prop.
And
she was just there
she
to
looked
be
damn
attached
good
to
in those
boobs.
outfits. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it's just like here's 2 pieces of lingerie, make them work for the whole movie.
Well, let's talk about Apollonia because she was nominated for Worst New Star in the 1985 Razzies. She wasn't nominated for anything else, surprisingly, because I thought she stunk.
2 professional actors in the whole goddamn movie, and one of them fucking blows it.
Yeah.
Like, Clarence Williams III is quite good, but he gets like 5 fucking lines, so you don't even really notice him. She's the only, like, actor.
Right, she is here to act.
And she is not doing it. At the same time, once her shirt comes off, I'm like, well, I know why.
Yeah, she's not there for her acting skills.
Mm-mm.
She was definitely pretty.
Looks a little like Valerie Bertinelli.
That's what I thought too.
A little sluttier,
Hotter.
Yeah. So
better looking than Valerie Bertinelli.
Kind of worked. I thought
those red panties in the sex scene. Yeah, she rocked those.
She's definitely like the body is. She's something else. She's a specimen, let's say.
Yeah, totally. And then the rival band, the Time Guys.
Morris
They
Day.
looked like a bunch of really shitty pimps that you would dress up like that at a Halloween or a pimps and prostitutes dance that you were going to at a buddy's house.
And the character kind of acted a bit like a pimp.
Yeah, he called women bitches.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the bitch is gonna come to me.
And he does that. Does this little collar thing.
And he's always like combing his hair and shit.
He has a pimp car too.
Yeah.
That doesn't work right, which is the pimp thing to have.
Yeah, I didn't get
I hated that guy.
I didn't get why.
He was a douche? I don't know.
No, I get why he's a douche, but why a pimp? Because they're a band. Morris is also the front man of The Time, which is an actual band. He is not an actor. He is playing a guy named Morris that fronts The Time. Why is Morris in Purple Rain, played by Morris from The Time, a total douche? Wouldn't you go, look, dude, whoa. I look like a fucking douche in this movie. I understand that I have to be the competition, but dude, do I have to like slap women and call them hoes and bitches and toss one in a fucking dumpster and then be a fucking creep show every time I hit on a lady? Like, come back to my pad. Can't wait to see your underwear on the floor in the morning.
I think that this whole movie is a little too sympathetic towards hitting women.
I can agree with that.
I'm going to go right out there and say that it's just bad. And any sort of concessions that are made by only naming the only women, Wendy and Lisa, who were mainstays for Prince's bands, because they make it through several of them.
Which I think we should mention that they did a fine job. Their acting performance was fine. I have no problems with them.
Yeah, was better than the actresses.
Right.
Despite them being the sort of lone feminist tone in the movie, it doesn't work because he's a dick to him the whole time. And then like, oh, I'll admit that you helped me write this song, but then I'm going to squeeze your ass and kiss you on stage and shit like that. And even on stage, it looked like I feel like they were actually just taping performances because there's some uncomfortable looks from the musicians.
Yeah, some stuff that should have been like cut. What are you doing right there? Why are you giving that face? You just made the baby face. You just ate peas. You just ate peas and you don't like it. Bleh.
I can't remember which one's Wendy and which one's Lisa. If Lisa's the
Wendy's
guitarist.
the guitarist, I believe.
Okay, Wendy's the guitarist,
Mhm.
maybe. Every time he does something showy when she's around, she just gives him this look like, "Let me play the fucking guitar, please."
Right.
I have a hard enough time shaking my ass and even standing up in these shoes dressed like an asshole. I'm here to play guitar, and you're distracting me from doing it even more.
Yeah.
Just stop it.
I think that it has to be live. Well, no, I don't, because he's lip syncing. Or he's so good at singing his own songs that he's like Lars Ulrich, like, it doesn't matter, the guy just does it exactly the same every time. I don't know. I don't know.
What I noticed is that it was off sync a little bit sometimes, and that there was other points where what any of them were doing with the guitars didn't match. So it was like, when I'm watching it, I think they tape all this live,
Mhm.
and then they just kind of shuffled around some of the footage
Mhm.
that looked good enough that you barely notice, or don't. The average viewer won't notice, I suppose.
And then just slap the studio mix on top of it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a strange one. There's some very strange decisions made in this film, but let's get into this damn thing. It's the story of the kid, or however you want to address him.
Prince.
Yeah, he's pretty princey, but his character's name is Kid, so we should have to address him as Kid.
The kid.
This all takes place in Minneapolis. He's got this band called The Revolution, and they play at this club called like 7th and the Corner or something. It's not a very exciting club name, but there's the other band, as we mentioned, Morris and The Time, and he's got a third act. The boss man talks about this third act at one point, and I guess it's just the Modern Air people.
Yeah, and that's again, with the conflict of the film, it later gets to, well, we're going to have to pinch you for this new band. Like, have you seen the guys that play before both of us?
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that need to get pinched. They stink.
That Modern Air guy, he had like maybe 2 minutes on screen. I think you can kick him off of this stage real easy. But
yeah, paper thin conflict.
His home life is a little rough.
He lives at home.
He lives at home in the basement. Is he fully grown? Is he a grown ass man?
I'm to believe that he's probably 18, 19.
Okay.
I wouldn't say he was any more in this movie, his character anyway, more than like 23.
Okay. All right. Young guy.
I'm thinking he's in the 20 and under range.
Yeah. His dad's, is he a drunk or just an abuser?
He's both.
I think he might be both. I can't tell.
Okay. Well, let's infer that it's both.
Very unhappy.
Yeah. He's a wife slapper, yeller at things, former musician, as we later find out, and apparently a very good one because he played very lovely melody on the piano. But
there's boxes of sheet music that he wrote, even though he lied. So beyond being a spousal abuser and a possible alcoholic, he's also a liar.
Yep.
Because he says to Prince directly that he doesn't have to write it down, but I
the
evidence
worst
to the contrary.
The worst of the three, Sam. How dare he?
How dare he?
There's this lady named Apollonia who's fresh off the bus.
From New Orleans to Minnesota to get a music career.
Yeah, no.
You went backwards.
Yeah, no, that's not how it works.
She's like, this was the cheapest ticket I could get.
I don't really know what her deal is. She puts her name down, her job career as entertainer, which if a lady wearing not very much clothes and writes her name down next to entertainer, I'm thinking that she does not sing and dance. She dances.
She dances,
but
if you can call it that.
Yeah.
You know about Minnesota in the late 80s with the strip clubs.
I know about that Minnesota Vikings boat party, so I can infer.
Before that, they didn't have pasties yet, so they just used bass.
Bass?
Live bass. That's hot. It's Minnesota. Live bass for pasties. That's a reach for a joke right there.
But it does create an image that is quite ridiculous. Does the largemouth bass just
yeah,
clamp on?
The suction is already there. It's built into the bass. They're nature's pasties.
Stranger things have happened. Probably not. But yeah, so he starts out and comes out on stage, and him and the Revolution play Let's Go Crazy, and it's fucking phenomenal. And at the very beginning, I was like, they're already famous because they're so good, and they've got this huge elaborate stage production, and fans are wall to wall, and everybody's screaming. Like, this is not what I expected. I expected him to come up and find a way and make it in the career and then get the fans, but they're already amazing.
Yeah, like the Buddy Holly story with what's his face, Gary Busey.
Yeah,
He got nominated for the Academy Award. And you see the comeuppance of,
or even recently, which we all, well, at least you and I agreed that Straight Outta Compton's not a very good movie, but that's the same thing.
well, my problem with Straight Outta Compton is revisionist history, where this isn't revisionist history so much.
Bullshit history.
It's just like, what?
Yeah. So Apollonia, she pulls up in this cab, and the fare is $37.75. Do you think that's the fare from New Orleans?
And originally, I'm like, well, cabs have always been a ripoff, but then later, I started thinking, $37.50. That doesn't.
From New Orleans to Minneapolis?
There's no way.
That's a real good deal.
That had to be from the bus station or something, right?
Well, she
there's
bails.
no way.
She bails on the cab, and he gives chase, but in her purse, she's got a giant fucking wad of cash. Like, what's the problem, lady?
Well, she's gonna have to live off of a handful of 20s, though.
Then she goes to the shittiest fucking rat stank hotel. It's not going to cost that much, Sam. She's got more. She can pay that cab fare. She could be fair.
Who's to
treat
say?
people as people should treat people, and pay for goods and services for when you're charged for them, and not just dine and dash. This woman has ill repute, Sam.
Oh,
She's low caliber.
aha! Her choice of no bra was not.
She's
the
a
tip-off.
hussy.
Oh, really? She didn't have a bra once in this whole movie.
No.
And I'm glad.
Would you?
No, I mean, hell, those things.
I probably wouldn't wear a shirt.
Yeah, they look good on their own. You're right. Just wander around.
Children, avert your eyes, but kind of look. Because wow. Yeesh. So there's this is all montagey as well, because Let's Go Crazy is playing in the background, and you see Kid ride through his fans on a motorcycle. So he's not on stage. Are we going to consider that a montage?
I don't know, and this is also it. They aren't consistent with this. Some songs get B-roll over the top of them, others don't.
Mm-hmm.
That again lends me to believe that they just shot a bunch of him performing live, and when they thought it was getting stale, they rolled some B-roll over the top of it, and they became montages.
I think they shot a lot of things.
I have understood that they left a great deal of footage behind on this movie.
I think they shot shenanigans and just were like, yep, that's the best shenanigan for right here. Put that one in.
Well, and I think that this was their way of introducing the characters without going into a lot of depth.
Oh, sure.
We get
sure.
Apollonia, we get the Time guys. We get the shots of Prince, coming in on his bike. But, he starts the show on the stage.
Right.
And then, so we get that idea that, he's a rebel because he's got a motorcycle. And then we get to see the club owner a little bit and the bouncer guy.
The complete lack of exposition in this movie, I am totally okay with.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, they flushed it out fine.
Get the characters
And kind
completely.
To amend my statement of the live performances, when you're making a movie and you know that you're going to have to play 5 songs at least that are going to be hits,
Mm-hmm.
you've only got a few minutes left to make the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to put some storytelling footage over the top of
Mhm.
some of the music sequences.
But are we going to call this a montage?
I think it's an introduction montage, yeah.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Then that means this movie has 4 montages. Yipes.
And 1 full song performance.
Like 3 full.
3 songs, because, he does.
Anyways, so there's some backstage shenanigans going on during this. Kid plays the piano with his feet, which is like...
I can't play piano with my hands as good.
No, you sure can't. she busts into the club and she sneaks past the bouncer and she bumps into this waitress who. This waitress is throughout the whole fucking movie. She probably doesn't have a character's name. She's probably just the waitress.
So she is the waitress, and there's like the movie does a weird thing with her because she's like always there, and she's always there for Prince, and even at the end, she's there. I'm here. I've been here the whole time. Walks right fucking past her.
Is that a
Tears
joke?
Streaming down
Is
her
that
eyes?
a joke,
or is that like this is life?
Because it's funny.
It's funny,
I think it's
but
fucking funny.
Sad. Like that's a horrible fucking thing to do.
No, fuck that lady, dude. She's just some dumb waitress
I think
that's in
just...
love with the fucking front man of the best band ever.
Yeah.
No, she's a silly coos, dude. Fuck that lady, Jackie.
I'm gonna say that I think that that's just life.
Yeah.
You're the waitress. You're not in the business.
Yeah.
Your boobs are not nearly as nice as Apollonia's.
You got your borderline B cup. No, fuck that lady. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but in the diegetic of this film, no, you have nothing.
Yeah, it's just an odd decision to do that with somebody.
I thought it was hilarious. So she bumps into her, and so the waitress is like, "Oh, you can leave a note for the manager," and so she introduces herself as Apollonia, the entertainer, and.
Who's supposed to be playing a 19-year-old.
Apollonia is supposed to be 19? Oh, she is clearly not 19.
Yeah, because
That
on
is a
her little
grown-ass
card that
woman.
she fills out later, that we see the card when Prince goes to go look at it, and it says 19, age 19.
I'm pretty sure when somebody says, "Oh, she is all woman," she has to be all woman.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. So they get done with "Let's Go Crazy," and Morris's band goes on, and it's that song. If you've never seen this movie, which I was surprised, I was like, holy shit, it's that OEOEO song. It was a fairly decent hit, like maybe top 20.
It was probably because of this movie.
OEOEO. Probably, but I had no idea.
I think it's a catchy tune.
It is. It's it's not as good as fucking Let's Go Crazy. Jesus. You don't open with Let's Go Crazy and then follow with OEOEO. Man, OEOEO stinks after Let's Go Crazy. Half that club is going to leave like, oh, fuck, the show's over.
That's the
OEOEO.
bathroom break band.
That's like that Do the Dinosaur song. Like, yeah, sure, it's fun and cute, but dude, fucking Prince was just on. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, but in this movie, he's not Prince. He's the kid.
I know.
He's a struggling musician with some sweet-ass songs.
So, how hard do you struggle when you still get to live at home, though?
Yeah, and kick that much ass.
Well, your dad does beat up your mom, and you can't go to your gig with a big black eye after he knocks the shit out of you. So.
Well, you could. You just wear those big glasses.
Yeah.
I think he's got it made. So he finds Apollonia at the bar, and he totally puts out the vibe. Like, he just hovers behind her.
He Batmans her.
He Batmans her.
He stands over her shoulder, slightly out of focus, letting her feel his energy.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she turns around to say hi, he's gone.
Poof.
Poof. Which is why they hired him for the Batman soundtrack later.
Yeah. He's the one that came up with the grappling hook utility belt.
I've seen what you do, and you're perfect to do the music for this movie.
He's giving Batman tips.
Yeah. Oh, no, you don't do it like that.
So he goes home, and his dad's slapping his mom around, and he's like, stop it. And then that's as much of that as we get. Just sets it up. But the next scene is Morris and the manager, Billy, walking
Jerome?
down the street. No, it's Billy. Billy's the big guy. He's the manager.
Club owner.
Yeah, the club owner. They're having problems with the kid, that he's not showing up. He's playing the same old songs. He's just not pulling in a very good crowd. And so, we got to find something new and hot to get rid of the kid. As soon as we get that new thing, the kid is gone. Have you seen him play?
Which I still don't. I get the whole, like, well, he's playing music that only he likes, and it's too different, and I'm running a club here. I need the shit that Morris Day is playing. But you've already got that.
Yeah.
You've got your guy that's going nowhere.
Uh-huh.
Why are either one of them... No, just take the free ride until it's gone. Because you look at him and you're like, this isn't going to be in our club for very long.
Right. He's the time in comparison is they're like the guy that warms up the crowd at a comedy club. Like, sure, he's kind of funny, but he's never going anywhere. He works for the comedy club. That is what he does. There is nothing wrong with that. But he warms up the crowd for when fucking Louis comes out and tells real jokes.
Or on Saturday night, they don't have anything but just drinks and dancing. He plays for 4 hours because if you want to get drinks and dance, this is a really good house band.
Yeah. But, and him being involved with the behind the scenes with the manager going, we're diabolical together. What shall we plot today, boss?
Yeah.
No, fuck off. So anyways, so they catch this plan to make this girl group. And so they go to this warehouse dance studio that has these two ladies that Morris is not happy with.
Well, they both look like spun out drug addicts. They're like, okay, I danced for you. Give me my fix.
Uh-huh.
And they're both butterfaces
Oh, yeah.
with terrible, terrible hair.
Don't look as bad as that lady and Tomboy, but, and they dance better, for sure. But
Oh, yeah.
So they leave. They're walking down the street again, him and Jerome, and this lady comes out of fucking nowhere, and she starts screaming at Morris, and I don't even know what she's screaming about, like, where's my alimony or something like.
No, I think she got stood up by him.
Okay, all right.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Ish, Jerome."
Take care of her.
And he grabs her by the crotch and throws her head first into a dumpster. Believe it's called an overhead pike in wrestling.
It was
a very good wrestling move.
Out of nowhere, and it was fucking insane. And like, that's hilarious.
And again, like, this is not with the women.
Was it supposed to be funny?
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be funny.
But still.
I mean, they didn't even give this dame a chance. The trash can had been propped open by a 2x4, and they even grabbed the 2x4 out of the trash dumpster to make it shut the lid on her. I mean, they were just not nice to this lady at all. They're like, fuck that bitch.
And it is comedic because she's, of course, okay because she pops her head out afterwards. And
like, she's still yelling at him.
Another joke. Whatever it is that she says.
Oh, it was crazy. I did not see that coming. The kid finds Apollonia somehow. She's just out wandering around, and he steals her boot pin. They're like at a mall.
He doesn't steal it. He's like, "Can I have that?" And she gives it to him. And he's like, "You gave it to me."
I'm
and
keeping
it's like,
this.
He didn't say, "Can I see that for a second and give it back?" He's like, "Can I have that?" And you gave it to him. So ultimately, you have fallen victim to semantics.
Oh, man.
This was such a weird scene. Like, if this is how you fall in love, where you're hovering, and then your next move is, I stole something from you, go fuck yourself.
Their romance is so weird, but I kind of think that that's just how Prince does it. I have no, like, if anybody else was delivering these lines and had this kind of on-screen chemistry with characters, I would be like, this is fucking preposterous. But because it's Prince, I kind of am like...
And Goose.
He could do... Yeah, I could see that.
Prince and Goose
from Top Gun?
No, from Deadbeat at Dawn.
No.
He also motorcycles them out into the leaves and romances them. It's a very similar scene.
Yeah, very similar. So he stares at this guitar in the window that's very Prince-esque. It's not purple, it's white, which I figured it would be purple. But
so I want to talk about this set here.
Okay.
It's a window for a store that is either selling guitars, clothes, or dryer tubes.
Dryer tubes?
The whole floor was just dryer tubes.
Okay, all right.
Like the exhaust tubes for dryers.
Sure, yeah.
That's the bottom. Then there's mannequins with sequin lingerie, and then there's one guitar. What store is this? What store sells...
This is the 80s badass store.
I believe it's Huckabee's.
Huckabee's?
Yeah.
Everything from the home and office. Oh.
Fuckabees. So they go for a motorcycle love montage. I was going to say Deadbeat at Dawn. And Not Never Too Young to Die. Man from Hong Kong.
Man from Hong Kong.
Just a weird, hey, we're now in love on a motorcycle in the woods. Gone with the Pope has a very similar scene.
It's just weird.
Adventures in the woods with the blanket and some romance.
Well, apparently, if you've got a motorcycle, though, with a blanket, chicks are going to go.
Whoever is riding this motorcycle, I admire his ability to ride a motorcycle.
There's points where I'm not sure that he's not just riding the motorcycle the whole time.
I think Prince is riding the motorcycle at points, but dude, some of the moves, no way, that's a fucking star. Don't let him ride a motorcycle like that. It's dangerous.
Just let me do my thing.
God damn it, Prince. Okay, I can't say no to you.
Exactly.
You're slower.
Like I always like the whole idea of like, oh, let's take him to the woods. It's like, oh, you know where this is. Yes, it's in any direction from a major city is wilderness. Wow. Magic. Just go far enough, right?
Yeah, they stop at this stream because that's what I wrote before this whole scene plays out. I was like, oh, they stopped at a stream for a walk. Oh, okay. And mind you, they're in full leather gear. Like she's got some 80s tutu pants.
Well, I'm not going to lie. If
Booby
they
shirt.
still made this gear, I would get it.
Booby shirt
It only buttoned up to above the belly.
with a leather tutu around the waist? I don't think you would.
She had leather pants.
Leather pants, barely a leather shirt, and then a tutu.
It was a leather boobs sort of holder.
Yeah, the tutu was part of the shirt.
Ballerina leather biker boob shirt.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
totally rock this outfit.
Anyway.
I would dress like Prince if I had the figure.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't.
So they spit some more weird dialogue at each other, and it eventually ends with him being like, to win my attention, you got to take a swim in Lake Manitobi.
No, to
Makotoko.
To make it in music, you have to cleanse your body in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Minnetonka, yeah.
And so she jumps in, and he's like, that's just a river.
That's just a stream, lady. Are you fucking retarded?
Have you never seen a lake? And she's like, no, I'm from New Orleans. I've only seen the ocean and a bunch of meh.
You were going to say something awful about things, weren't you? She's seen a
Too
lake,
soon.
but went there. So she's buck-ass naked. Well, she's not. She's wearing leather panties, I guess, but she's quite unclothed.
Yes.
And she's swimming around. It's probably pretty cold, and he's laughing at her. And he gets on his bike and fucking bails, leaving her there, drenched wet, and the only clothes she could put on is leather. It would take her a month to get that leather costume
Can't
back
get
on.
back into it, even if it's pleather. It's just you're too sticky. It's not gonna work.
She would have to go through one of those car wash fans, like with the huge jets that like blow your car dry,
Yeah.
to ever have a chance at it. And she'll probably have to wait like 30 minutes to shrink back down.
The only chance she has, as wet as she is to roll around and cover herself in sand, and use the sand as a vehicle to let the leather slide over. her
Oh,
skin.
kind of like ball bearings or something.
Yes.
Like that. Don't forget about the leeches that she's covered in too.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are kind of slippery.
But at the same time, would you want to be in a pair of leather pants and sand?
No, I would walk back to town buck-ass naked. Fuck that shit.
You'll
Everybody
dry
can
out.
see my nuts. I don't give a fuck. Hey, I'm not ever putting leather pants on anyways because they're fucking stupid. But if I was Prince, I'd probably do it.
I owned a pair of leather pants at one point.
Oh, God.
They
And
were
you-
so comfortable.
Huh.
Mine didn't sound like that. That's corduroy.
No, that's leather. Anytime you walk behind somebody with leather pants, that's all you can hear.
Yeah. The corduroy is this.
Well, there's no corduroy in this movie.
So he comes back, but he's still being a jerk. He's pulling the get on. Vroom, get on. Vroom.
He doesn't do it 3 times like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
He gives up too soon.
She thinks it's cute, apparently.
I would not think that was cute.
No, it's fucking dick, dude. Nobody thinks it's awesome when it's happening to you. Oh, you're being so funny right now. Hey, fuck you, buddy. Fuck you is what you're thinking.
Yeah, fuck you. I just jumped into a lake. I thought I was going to get some sexy time with you. And
Mhm.
no, I just made an asshole of myself. You let me make an ass of myself. Now you're not even going to let me on the bike. And you stole my fucking foot kerchief thing.
Right.
And you Batmaned me the first time I met you. So this is not going well.
So back at the club, Revolution is backstage, and they're grumpy at each other. They're not happy. The girls are talking about how can we never play our songs, and he's just got this fucking monkey in a cone thing.
I thought it looked like a Dracula that was crying.
It's a monkey in a cone.
I think it's a monkey in a cone. It's
and
like George the monkey.
his
Curious
advisor
George.
puppet,
Yeah.
but only for one scene.
Yeah. And he's the world's most brilliant ventriloquist ever.
Well, obviously, it's just a voiceover.
I understand that, but
he is in the story world of Purple Rain. If the music thing doesn't work out,
yeah, got a
greatest ever.
huge opportunity in Vegas, buddy. The girls are like, "Fuck you, bud. You're being a dick. We really think you should listen to the song, but you're just playing with a fucking monkey." So they leave, and Morris is out front being creepy, hitting on babes, and they've got this whole who's on first thing going on that I'm not even going to try to get into because what the fuck? Seriously. It was kind of funny. I mean, it was a good version of who's on first,
Yeah.
but the kid sitting in his backstage, the green room, I guess you call that, by himself, and he puts on a tape because he's glum. Just because. Things like 1 minute ago, he's making jokes with a monkey in a cone. The next, he's glum.
Well, he's sad that they all left, and
Then don't be an asshole.
But that he puts on Wendy and Lisa's track.
I don't think
That's-
that. No,
it
that's
is.
not Purple Rain, dude.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Oh, it was the because it was just the drums.
It's the drums and just the guitar.
No,
Yeah.
because later it's the drums and the guitar. All I heard on this was drums. Just
Well, it only gets to go for so long because he gets interrupted by something
okay.
or
All
another.
right, somebody comes in. And hey, you're up in 5 minutes. So Morris is out front. He's hitting on Apollonia with some champagne, and he's like, the waitress, who's paying for this? You know who's paying for this.
I don't.
Who? You? Because I would think it would be you. Is this supposed to be a joke? I don't know. It stinks, but he ends up paying her anyways. Like, keep the change. And then he tells Jerome, go get my change. Which, that is a funny joke.
That is a funny
Yeah, and
joke.
Apollonia's laughing the entire time. And as a woman, if I saw that in front of me, I'd be like, "Whoa, what an a-hole!"
Well, perhaps he did it quietly enough that she didn't hear.
They panned over to her and she was laughing like right after he said it, like,
Yeah, she was enjoying his shtick, and I think Jackie's right. You go, excuse me, I gotta go powder my nose and never come back.
You're like,
You drink the champagne first.
Yeah, you drink
you
as much
take the
champagne
bottle.
as you can get,
I need this to powder my nose.
and then you're like, I think I drank too much champagne. I'll be right back, and then you wander away and you never come back.
That's when it's really good to have on-command gas, because you could just drop a bomb and be like, oopsie, gotta go to the toilet.
Or if you're wearing leather pants, you just unzip them and let the sour cream smell out.
Oh, no!
That's what happens if you wear leather. Your balls or whatever human anatomy.
Your balls
down there,
or whatever. Your vagina.
vagina, or what have you. It all smells like sour cream.
Right.
It's just in there,
God.
locked down, building up bacteria.
Oh, man. Well, that's not what a lady would do, Sam. So the Revolution comes on, and I don't know what the title is. This song is, unfortunately, but this song is completely about competing over a woman's love with another man, and it's like, do you love that guy or do you love me? Because I love you. I think I want you is the name of the song, but it's a good performance.
Oh yeah,
It starts out mellow, and then holy shit, this thing just got dialed to 11. I liked it.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there, and she emotionally turns into Jello pudding over the song. She is just staring at him going,
yes, please.
yeah,
But so is every other woman in the fucking place. So.
that is true. That is true. So they only play one song. That just sets up the rest of this fucking movie. This is the only time they mention it. Everybody's like, hey, you only played one song, but the band seems like, yeah, we fucking killed it, man. Yeah. Which, again, are they happy or are they not a happy band? Because they go on stage, kill it, and then afterwards, they're like, woohoo, we're cool. You're all right with us, kid, even though your fucking shtick that you're doing, which is playing only one song and being like, hey, I'm too good to play more than one song, is pissing everybody else off in this movie, but right now,
Yeah.
we're cool with it.
Which
just
is the
doesn't work for me.
one. That's the one time you're on board with the club owner. You're like, if he's only playing one song.
Yeah, no, that's not it, man.
If he plays it for 30, 45 minutes, okay. Sure.
Is
but,
he Rush?
Well, I watched a 19-minute version of Purple
That is
Rain
true.
where he plays a 7-minute guitar
Yeah.
solo, so he might be Rush.
He might be Rush. One man. Apollonia and the kid go back to his place, and he takes her downstairs into his basement room because the folks are upstairs boning on the couch. And it's his love pad. He's got a, it's princey. This
It's
basement is
actually-
very princey.
I don't know. It's just weird and creepy.
It's weird and creepy, but
A lot of
Hello?
Pegasuses and a lot of weird China dolls.
mhm.
There's
and
some
masks.
clowns in there too.
Yeah.
Like porcelain
Mannequins
clowns and
like mannequin hands with gloves and rings on them, and just I think it's pretty princey. Is it creepy? Yes. Is it princey? Totally.
totally.
It gets even creepier though because the sex scene is creepy. It's if you're having this sex and it's real life sex, if this is what is happening to you, it's probably pretty cool. But as the viewer, you're going, starting with doggy style, huh?
And then before he can even kiss her neck, he's already fondling her vagina.
His hand is in her vagina.
Yes.
I believe he hit some bean on the way out.
Yeah, he did.
And this is an actress. This is not his girlfriend. This woman had better have become his girlfriend before this sex scene. Because there is a level of familiarity in grabbing an actress. I've never seen that before in any film ever, and I've seen a lot of fucking sex scenes.
The closest that you get is in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon when he
Mm-hmm.
goes in the pants, but you don't see what's happening. Prince is showing a generation of people how to do it.
This is where the vagina is located
Yeah,
at,
like-
and I like them.
This is what you do, kids.
Yes, you.
And then he goes up and gets a double handful just to let us know that
Yeah.
he knows how to get.
No,
He knows
I've
how to
seen
grab
lots of double
boobs.
handfuls, but
Hoi.
just right for that. Whew.
Leaping right for the clitoris as Monty Python, and now for something completely different skit. Yeah.
Indeed. They go to the club. The girls are back, and they're there working on Purple Rain. Clearly, it's Purple Rain this time. I caught that it was Purple Rain.
The rest of the band is gone.
Yeah, it's just them. And they're like, really, you got to listen to this. This is good. He's like, no, I'm never playing one of your stupid songs. Prince, it's Purple Rain. Dude, I don't know if you know or not, but that was a real big deal. It's a good song. You should listen to that one. It's going to make you a star! So he goes back into the basement. Morris wants to put Apollonia in his, or make a new group, and Apollonia is going to be the front of it.
Yep. Or, well, part of her is going to be the front of it.
Ooh, the furthest up front part.
It's not really the face of the band. It's
the
a different
start.
part of the body.
It's the start of Apollonia. The first part that comes through the door. There I am with that GPS again. Don't need a GPS to get my jokes. See where I'm going. I have a question at this point in
Sure.
the movie. Why?
So that they can pinch the kid.
No, I get why he needs a lead singer of this girl group in his mind. What has Apollonia done at all besides get humped?
The boobs.
That's it.
Yes.
Yep. She drank champagne with
He
him.
said something. Like, before even the champagne, doesn't he, like, say, man, that lady's hot.
Mhm.
Or a bitch is hot, or whatever he
Mhm.
says, because
Yeah.
he's an asshole.
And he even says it to her.
Mhm.
You've got nice boobs.
So as the viewer, you don't question that at all. Like, well, we haven't even seen her sing or dance or do anything other than get pounded.
And take her shirt off, and I liked when I saw the shirt come off, I'm like, you can build an act around that.
And I think that that's probably what he was thinking as well.
And I
Yes.
think it eventually goes that direction, but I just think it's questionable to not have at least an audition. Like, hey, what do you sound like?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. She can just so you get two backup singers that aren't as good looking.
Mm-hmm.
She just whispers into the mic every once in a while and shakes those cans.
All right.
A Star is Born.
Yeah, A Star is Born. All right. Fine. You guys don't have any problems with it. So downstairs, the kid is listening to the Purple Rain demo tape, and mom and dad bust in. They're in a fight.
Their fight spills into his bedroom.
Uh-huh. Dad slaps her, and kid tackles him. And then things get kind of weird.
Yeah.
Pretty weird. Like, shouldn't the fight continue, or somebody gets up and says, "You motherfucker, how dare you," and runs out, or the police are called? Instead, they kind of have a family moment where I think they come to an understanding, but I don't understand it.
They're almost coming to the understanding.
It's just a pile of bodies on the floor in the cellar staring at each other going,
You should. I could have taken care of you. If you would have just believed in me, I could have made it. He's blaming her for his lack of success.
And then she says, "You never let me have any fun."
You never let me have any fun.
I'm trapped here.
Yeah.
Fun.
Fun.
Do you want to go to Prince's Club? I know somebody who could get you tickets.
I don't know if that's fun. I saw the other people that were there.
It looked pretty fun to me.
All right.
I'd like to go to there.
I mean, I'd like to go to there if all those other assholes were gone.
Yeah, okay. So he's pouty, and Apollonia comes in, and she brings him the guitar from before, and she's like, "Do you like it?" And he doesn't say anything. He takes off her earring, and
She takes off her own earring.
he gives her his.
She just drops her earring.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
I really don't understand that exchange. Do you like it?
I think that means they're going study.
Here's my earring. What? I was alive in the 80s. No.
Yep.
That does not mean you're going steady. You give a girl your Letterman's jacket or your class ring.
Well, neither one of us have earrings, so that's where our options were at.
Oh, yeah, they're cool. We
Yeah.
weren't. Oh, yeah, we're those white guys from the 50s movies. Like, we think those rebels with their packs of cigarettes rolled up into their sleeves are, like, too tough and stuff, and we got to have, like, a car race
If this was
down the L.A. River against them.
If this was 1968, we'd both be wearing flat tops and ties. We are fucking square.
White guy passes the white guy. White guy passes the white guy. So she then tells him, "Hey, good news. I'm going to join Morris's group." And he bitch slaps her. What the fuck, man? I didn't see that coming either.
No, I didn't.
I mean, I understand he's pissed. He should be pissed. You've betrayed me. Morris is a douche. When is this guy? I'll be goddamn. There's a father-son, like father-like-son problem
Thing
in this
going
movie.
here, yeah. Well, that's thematic.
Violence is a cycle. And that's when it started.
He's sharing all of his problems of his father as well, though. He's playing only songs that he likes. They are throughout the movie saying, "You're just like your father."
Right.
And he is.
He is
He's
just like his
following the
father.
cycle of his father.
Yes, he is. At the club the next day, I guess, or that night, the girls aren't there, and so the boss isn't happy. And he's like, I got this new thing going on, this Apollonia 6. I've only got room for 3 bands, and now I got 4. One of you guys gotta go.
And we have got to keep on that guy that sings the modern air song.
Modern Air for 2 minutes in this movie. He's so good.
Actually, they do have to keep him around.
Why?
Because Prince won't play when they're still filling the seats in. You got to have somebody shitty.
I guess. Well, Apollonia 6 is pretty crappy.
Yeah, but it's a showcase of boobs.
Yeah, you're right. You
You're
do
gonna
want to
sell
table
some
that.
drinks.
The Modern Air guy is fine.
Yeah, if you're a club owner, you gotta have that. You gotta have a guy that is like, yeah, things are happening, but it's like, what the fuck is
What
this?
was the words of that song? I want to be a modern air.
I want to be a modern air.
All right, should we just address that now, or do you want to
my
wait till
first
questions?
question,
Okay.
but we should just get into it. It doesn't matter. I've got 3 other questions. What is a modern air?
Jackie, you go first.
I thought he was saying Mountaineer.
No, it does sound like Mountaineer, but the song of the name is Modern Air. Like he's I don't know. What is he? What is a modern air?
Somebody who's going to get money once their old man dies.
Ooh.
I guess that's the only plausible explanation.
I don't know. He could be like he's just a modern guy, ? course, I've had it in the ear before type thing, you know. Lust for Life. Anybody, you know, heard of
Maybe
E-pop?
he thinks
It's
that
cool.
because Prince is so flashy, he's a martyr, and he wants to be like him.
Maybe being modern was a thing. Like it's this fashionista thing. Like, I'm modern.
Yeah, it was a thing. Modern was a big deal.
So
in the
he's a
80s.
modernaire.
Yeah, modern love.
Yeah.
And he's just combining it with laissez-faire. He's a modern heir.
He's oh god. Laissez-faire. Hands off my business, government.
I'm
This
modern.
is 1984.
I'm so cool. I don't need to pay taxes.
When I'm not, I'm an entrepreneur, sir. When I'm not playing this song over and over again, I've got a snow shack. Operates 2 months out of the year in Minnesota because we got snow on the ground. Other than that, so
All right. Well, we don't have a guess on what a modern heir is then. That's worth a shit. So he goes for a When Doves Cry, sad and jealous montage. This is montage 3, which is just the music video from When Doves Cry.
about the first half of it,
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
Maybe not even the full half of it.
And we see the sex in the barn.
Yes, which doesn't exist in the diegetic of the film. No, half of this shit doesn't exist. It's just a very strange choice to cut this music video into this film. It just is. It's quizzical.
It is quizzical because you cut it down you had to cut all that stuff out to get it down to 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're like, well, we should jam some of it back in?
And it's, as the viewer, at no point do you does anybody not question it? Like, did they have sex in a barn, or is that just in his mind? But then there's things that they did do it's cut footage is what it is.
Yeah, it's
that
like
they were like, well, this is what we shot. Here you guys go make a music video with what we shot, and then they cut that footage down later, but then it's there.
Like,
And I kind of thought like the montage of it all was to show the building of their relationship, to give it some longevity.
I guess.
Nope. It is,
But
you use things. You use things that happen. You can still do that. You just use you don't use cuts. You don't use shit that's laying on the editing floor.
I would. I thought it worked for me. I thought it was fine.
You know what? You're not a filmmaker.
Yeah,
so neither are we.
They had to.
Who are we, assholes? Yep.
Yes. They should have done a more traditional Minnesota romance where they get into a hockey fight. And get matching haircuts.
Yeah. Hey, I like your hair, don't you know?
Don't you know? I wish my bangs would do that. And then they both throw their gloves on their eyes, and the first one down loses.
So he goes home, and no one's there. He yells out, "Where are you, motherfucker?" Out of nowhere.
Because it's
Because his
the
mom is
truth.
up. It's up the street, beat up.
Oh, yeah, his mom is up the street beat up. So he goes in, and he's pissed off at his dad, and he's like, "Where are you, motherfucker?" Which is not a good insult. You are the product of him fucking your mother.
Right.
That you came out of her vagina because he did
There's
that.
just a voice downstairs. Thank you.
Hey, where are you, motherfucker? In here.
His dad's downstairs playing the piano, and he is good. I really like what he's doing on the keys there. And then he gives his son this advice that says, "Don't ever get married, son." And I understand that he's like saying, because marriage sucks and shit, but at the same time, I kind of think it's maybe
This is
saying something
it
about
is.
Prince.
No, he's saying if you want your music, don't get married.
It's an obstacle.
If
Or
you
it's
want
not
this,
it's a cacker.
if you want what me and your mother have,
Mhm.
get married.
Mhm.
If you want your music, don't get married.
Is that good advice?
It's actually very good advice. No, like a lot of people that when you start doing like married to your job, if you can only be married to one thing,
It's true. You can only be married to one thing. There you go. I am married to alcohol. Just kidding. She's glaring at me now. She's not happy. I may be pushing my luck this episode.
Yeah, when the doves cry later, Sam, you should run in and try to save Justin.
It's okay. She farted on me all last night, so I've got some payback to give.
You should buy leather pants.
Ooh.
That would be so
Instead
gross.
of farts, I'd smell sour cream.
The sour cream covered wagon. And then you go, just remember, I'm not in here with you. You're in here with me.
Well, now I can't cut all that. Damn it. I was going to edit that out, but it's just too fucking funny. So they make a really awkward cut here where it's, don't ever get married, son. On stage, shirtless, mask, creepy,
He's wearing
greasy, sex music show.
He's wearing a garter belt for an eye cover.
Yes, with no shirt, and everybody is oiled significantly.
He looked good.
Oh, it's hot, sexy business, I guess.
And he had chest hair.
Yeah.
That looked like it was trimmed. It was not out of control.
Well, I mean, the whole thing was that this guy was pure sex. That's the act.
Morris and Apollonia show up together. So Prince plays Darling Nikki, which is
One of my favorite Prince songs.
I like it too.
It's just got a really good rhythm.
Yeah.
I like the kind of grungy guitar that is in there.
But it's, as we all know, it's about freaky
It's
deaky
about
ladies.
some freaky shit.
Freaky deaky ladies.
Can't play it around your parents.
Nope. But she can't handle it, and she runs away because I think it's supposed to be about her, or like he's aiming I met this freaky deaky lady, and she boned me, and that was cool and all. At her.
Yeah, he aims it at her.
Okay. So she runs away, and then he humps the stage speakers. He gives the stage speakers a real rogering, and then he runs off in a huff backstage.
Another one song night for the kid.
Yep.
No, he comes back on, sings another one.
Nope.
No, he had 2 songs that night.
Did he?
Oh, he did the sexy greasy music mass show, and then he plays Darling
then
Nikki.
He plays Nikki, yeah.
So Billy comes in and gives him some guff, like, "Hey man, what the fuck? Played only one song, and sitting on all these bands. Better get your shit together. Play these same old ragged ass songs."
So here's the thing with the modern era people, kid. I gotta keep them playing only when we're opening the door, because we can't move them up in the rotation. Did you hear the song?
I want to be a modern air. That's it. That's the whole song.
All, I don't even. Do you even know what that is? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. So the next night at a different club, the Apollonia 6 is playing. And
At Club Taste.
Club Taste, that's what it was called? Bad
Yeah.
Taste, because Sex Shooter is the song they play, and it sucks.
Sucks.
And I'm sorry, Prince Rogers Nelson, you co-wrote this. This song is awful.
It is
was nominated for Worst Original Song.
It charted though.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oof.
Why didn't they just say, why don't you shoot me in the face with your cum load, please?
That's pretty much what it was.
That happens
I-
later.
I think they did say that, actually. It's just...
I
Yeah.
hated this song. I thought it was so
oh,
stupid.
it's awful. And Apollonia is not a good singer. She stinks. The whole thing stinks. It stinks.
It stinks.
But she does look nice while she's doing it.
I didn't
Oh.
notice the singing because I was just like, blah, 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 blah. Those are shaking nice.
Well, Prince sneaks in the back and he watches. And the crowd fucking loves it. I don't. And now she loves Morris. I don't.
So she's drunk.
Yeah, but she's hanging on him and they're kissy-wissy. And he's stuffing her into the cab because he's going to take her back to his place. And she's like, "Where's Jerome?" And he's like, "I got Jerome in my pants. Well, zippity bow." Okay, good enough. But then Prince fucking shows up and runs his ass over.
And I loved that.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
This was where I was really kind of impressed with how good the filmmaking was, and then this is the first like overtly ridiculous
Okay, the
thing that
filmmaking
happened.
was fine, I guess, other than that.
In terms
yeah,
of
it has its
how
problems, Sam.
there's plenty of problems, but this is the most outwardly ludicrous thing that happens in the movie to
Yes.
this point.
Other than the lady getting stuffed in the dumpster. That was pretty fucking
Yeah, it
bonkers.
was pretty, but it was in the sake of comedy. This is like, hiya!
I thought it was rad.
Yeah, it was fun.
So she runs away and he chases her and he's like, "Get on." So she does, and they ride fast to under the train bridge.
This is the rapey part of town. where the bums are gonna rape her until she's dead, just like on that bum fight movie that we watched.
I can tell you the events that happen at this sequence. I don't know what the fuck happens in this sequence. They get on each other and smoochy smook kissy wissy, and then there's some like high drama and then fucking violence. And then she gives him his earring back and runs off. It's just whoa.
And then in the Shakespearean storytelling, this is where the character changes because he doesn't hit her. He has decided at this point that this is when he turns and is no longer his father. He is now going to become his own man.
He does push her face into the dirt.
Yeah, after he throws her on the ground by her hair,
Mm-hmm.
he then is going to backhand her, but he stops and he looks at her and he looks at himself and what he's doing.
He sees himself in her pants.
Yeah. Do you have Windex pants? Are you coming? Are you coming to the pants party later?
Fucking dumb. Not Prince, us. We are fucking dumb. He goes home. The place is wrecked. Dad's got a gun. He shot himself in the head.
Poorly,
because he's still alive. Sort of. The cops leave, and the kid goes nuts, and he trashes the fucking cellar. There's a basement
now
and a cellar in this
there's
house.
so many things about this movie are unindependent from Prince's ideas.
Okay.
There's very little. He's really in charge of most of this, I'm sure.
All right.
He breaks everything with a hockey stick, and the scene ends with a slow push into a skate.
Mhm.
Do you think he played hockey as a youth?
I could see it.
Because I think he was supposed to have been, like, I guess, according to Charlie Murphy, he's quite the basketball player.
All right.
So he may have just been one of those all-around little guys that was good at
Athletes.
all
Yeah.
sports. And had he had more size, maybe we wouldn't even know who Prince Rogers Nelson was. We'd be like, Wayne who?
Oh.
Oh. The whole hockey team changed their colors to purple because he was that good.
Hey, the Minnesota Vikings.
Is that why he likes the purple?
I don't know,
Oh,
man.
God, that would be... it has to be.
It could be. It could just be his thing as well.
It's pretty
The
coincidental.
Joker likes purple. He's not from Minnesota. Sometimes people just like purple, and sometimes people live in Minnesota. Doesn't mean they have to fucking like purple because of the Minnesota Vikings. Nobody likes the Minnesota Vikings.
I think Prince likes the Minnesota
He
Vikings.
probably likes the Minnesota
He
Vikings.
loves everything Minnesota.
Yeah, that's true. He wakes up the next day and he starts working on Purple Rain again, and this time he's really working on it. Like, I'm gonna dial this in, and so you're starting to see a climax coming. At the club, Time gets to play another song. It's also not as good as the Revolution, but it's the bird song. And the bird dance.
The
There's
bird
dance with
dance.
the bird dance.
And they push the bird dance hard. They got plants all over the place, and it still isn't catching on.
And it stinks.
Well, nobody. If you're a packed house, when you're coming up with the group dance,
Okay.
and you're planning on playing a packed house,
You're
which
like,
is
oh,
what
we're
you
going to
want,
get the Macarena. We're going to be the Macarena
or
here.
you can't like put your arms out as wide as possible. There's no room.
Sure.
You have to do a dance that people can do.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Yeah, as soon as you raise your arms to do the bird, you punch a man that's taller than you, and then he throws your ass in a dumpster.
Yeah, it starts roadhouse fights. So this is just bad fad planning.
Yeah. So they apparently kicked ass, and they walk past the Revolution's room, and they're making fun of them, and like, oh, how's your family? Yeah.
But then he slumps off to the billboard there right outside the room, and you can tell that he feels bad.
He thinks that even for Morris Day,
Mhm.
that was crossing the line.
Yeah. That
Hitting
they're
women.
about to fucking bring it.
Tossing them in dumpsters, fathering 1,000 illegitimate
Mhm.
children, burning people alive.
Mhm.
But making fun of Prince's dad shooting himself, that's just too much.
Yeah, it's going past the line. So the revolution goes on, and they take a long time to get it going. Prince just stares off. The kid just stares off for a while, but then, sure shit, it's Purple Rain. And he's really, it's a passionate song. It's a very passionate song. But the kid is being very passionate on stage. He's crying, and he's sad, and he's clearly singing to somebody, but Apollonia's not there. She's not there. She's not at the club. Who's he singing to?
I thought she was there.
No!
No?
There's so many crowd shots, and I was watching, and it's mostly just weird white guys staring back at him and going, yeah, man. Yeah.
You know what's weird though is that they didn't get her in a crowd shot, but it's obvious when she does show up in her next scene that she was there.
She was
Had
there.
to have been there.
She's not in any of the shots. If he is seeing what we're seeing, he does not see her. If he sees her, oh, the tears can come forward. It's just, I was just like, well, she's not in this. Who's he singing to?
For a more passionate performance, because the song's about not seeing her again.
I don't think that's what that song's about.
Really?
Or it is.
Yeah.
It is not. Fuck. God damn it. The whole world comes together for me.
So here's a weird deal that is very conjectural.
Sure.
I hear that some movie was called Purple Rain just because he wanted purple something, but then he writes the song, so I think it's probably just named after the song. All of these clubs have neon signs.
I thought the same fucking thing,
And if it was
Sam.
raining outside of pink, blue, any color, that rain would be fucking purple.
Thought the fucking same thing.
Yeah.
Why didn't they shoot that?
And I think that's what the song's about.
Right.
Is seeing someone you love outside the club afterwards when it's raining.
Oh, I didn't.
That's what I'm putting together.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I don't know about that, but it did make me cry.
Oh. Well, I don't know about any of that, but it's sad.
Yeah, I did cry during this scene. I mean, it was just, he's such a damn good performer.
Oh, man.
That's one of the
fucking
greatest
incredible.
songs
Sucked me
ever
in.
written. So,
Yeah.
God, Purple
Yeah,
Rain's
Purple Rain's a really good song. But yeah, I thought that there should have been a shot of rain falling in front of a neon sign at some point, or her in front of a neon sign and the rain's purple. It's just something. It's right there. Get it? But they don't. So he goes outside. He storms off in pain again. He's outside, and the crowd is just going fucking apeshit. So they bring him back, and on the way back in, there's Apollonia. She's in the hallway, and there's tears and kisses, and then he plays "I Would Die for You."
Mm-hmm.
And it's a montage. Get a shot of Dad in the hospital. He's visiting Dad. Maybe he's going to pull through, that old Dad. He's got a brain of steel. Bing! Pew! The bullets just ricochet right off. And there's this mess of music in the house, and then he organizes it.
Yeah, he organizes the music, and then he sees the earring,
Mhm.
and he looks up, and she's, whoa, where the fuck did you come from, creepy?
You're in my basement.
You're
Cellar.
in my basement. Here's this back.
Yeah. Then he shows us his butt jiggle.
His dancing is tremendous. That was like the movie just going, oh, by the way, eat shit other people who dance on stage. That little shuffle thing where he just kind of like jiggles his legs and then like he vibrates enough that he just moves across the stage. It doesn't make any sense.
He kind of floats across the
he
stage while he
floats.
grabs his own butt and crotch.
Yeah.
Like rubs his face and shit, and you're like, how is he doing that?
How do you do that?
And he makes it look like so easy. And you know, like he's never winded. He never looks like, man, I need a break. It's just like, yeah, did you see that? I did a cheerleading kick, and then I went down into the splits, and then I glided across the stage while I grabbed myself a bunch, and then I shucked my butt.
He jumped off of a 6-foot amplifier in 4-inch heels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Here's a fun fact I heard from, well, it's not a fun fact, it's a sad fact. Sheena Easton recently said something in an interview about Prince, because they were good friends, real good friends. And she said that for about the last 5 to 6 years, he was having a lot of hip pain. A lot. From doing all of that, jumping off of shit in heels.
Yeah.
It was starting to cack his hips.
Well, they've already confirmed that he had, before the plane landed, because he OD'd on
right.
Percocet or whatever.
Right.
Some opioid painkiller.
You just can't do shit like that for 40 years and expect your hips to be made of concrete.
I didn't do any of that, and I still hurt.
Yep. So they close with "Baby, I'm a Star," and everybody's loving them, including the boss, Billy, and Morris is even into it. And then he goes on top of one of the stage speakers again, and he has a different guitar that sprays water out into the crowd, and then freeze frame credits.
After he jizzes on the crowd.
Yeah, I think that's...
I thought that was lights.
I thought it was water, but...
It was probably semen.
I don't think even Prince has that much.
Just save it up.
I think that's like 40 dudes saving up. It's gross, man. I think it's water, Sam.
Either way.
Quit being icky on Stinker Madness. How dare you?
Very figurative.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like, whoa, huh? That's the closer.
No, the freeze frame credits. That's the closer.
Oh my god, that
I
was
like,
awesome. I
God,
laughed
no,
so hard.
damn it. What? Freeze frame credits? Seriously? All right, that's your movie. I'm going to go first. What's your favorite song off the soundtrack?
Go crazy.
I already said mine was
Oh, we.
no
Mountain Air.
God damn it,
Mountaineer.
Freaky
Nikki?
Dicky song. Oh,
Oh,
Nikki.
Darling Nikki.
Yeah, Darling Nikki's my favorite off the soundtrack.
Let's Go Crazy is also mine. It's one of my favorite Prince songs.
Even though Purple Rain is just a majestic masterpiece of songwriting.
It's a really good song, but dude, fucking Let's Go Crazy kicks ass. Jackie?
So does Apollonia stay in her band, or does she leave her band, the Apollonia Six, and just be Prince's girl?
It's now the 4 without her. It's not even the Apollonia 4, because without... It's just 4.
For
4
Four babes.
it's
4
just
boobs.
back to the strip club with you.
Yeah. God, I don't know. Man, that's a hell of a question. The film really doesn't flush that out. What happens to the Apollonia 6? Because I'm assuming Morris is the manager. I think, you know what? If he has this character transformation that he's, hey, you're cool, I'm cool, we're cool, everything's cool, here's your earring back. I think she keeps going. And he's like,
he just has to deal with Morris
Mhm.
trying to be like, I'll manage your band. Like, shut up, Morris. Just when she's done with her 3 albums, she's coming with me.
right. Yeah, no, I think they keep going on. I have no
Mhm.
problem with that idea. Sam?
Does his dad make it?
Yes.
Oh, that was my next question.
Absolutely. Clearly, because he's got a brain made of steel that bullets ping
Bounce
off
off of, huh?
Yeah. He appears to have shot himself directly in the side of the head. I think that's a pretty good way of messing things up upstairs, unless you have a brain made of steel, and in which case, if you got a brain made of steel, you're fine.
Huh.
Yeah, he's fine. He's good.
I think he dies.
He's good.
I
He's
think
going to
he
be a
dies,
football
too.
player.
I think that there's
He's
not
gonna
enough
be a
brain.
football
Yeah, he's going to go back and restart a new career, Sam.
Quarterback of the Vikings.
He's quarterback of the
50,
Vikings.
58 years
Yep.
old, half a brain.
Hell of an athlete.
Well, he's
Brain of steel.
better than Bobby Bear.
Oh, there we go.
Why would you guys think he dies? He's in the hospital. Prince is
Because-
visiting him.
The last scene where Prince is visiting him, he's literally bleeding out the side of his head still.
Still,
Like there's a huge blood spot on his head wrap still.
I didn't say he had a skull of steel. It's just the brain. He still has just a shitty normal human skull and skin, and it bleeds all the time. And you can't patch up a 4-inch hole in the side of somebody's head. It's just brains aren't going to come out.
I think he's kissing his father goodbye in that shot.
Hmm.
I think
Then
so.
why
too.
would he go out on stage and kick so much goddamn ass? He should be sad.
Well, he has to do it in the memory of his father.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to pull an old Favre, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Is it a musical?
No.
Well, yeah, that's the problem, is that it's none of the music is diegetic.
It's all diegetic, Sam.
It's not explicitly diegetic. It is not. There is no dialogue that is musical.
Right. But that's what we have to define, because you can only define one of two things: diegetic music and non-diegetic music. We all know what non-diegetic music is. But these songs take place in the universe of the film.
But they're just, it's the same as, we already decided this, Josie and the Pussycats wasn't a musical.
Okay.
Because they didn't use, in the classic sense, you have to sing the dialogue. And they do not sing the dialogue.
This movie is classified as a musical.
Okay.
Well,
it's not
I
the
disagree.
classical sense.
Okay. I think I also disagree.
I
If we're
disagree.
playing by those terms, this is not a musical. These are just the events that are taking place in this character's life.
Yeah.
And some of it involves singing songs that kick ass.
And
Not a
I'm-
musical.
I'm going to throw this out there. I'm not sure that this is a bad movie. I think that this is kind of like Splash.
Ooh, nope.
I don't know.
Not a chance. There are so many problems with this film. The characters don't make sense. Some of the filmmaking doesn't make any sense. Yes, there are good elements, but what is this film about, Jackie?
Character development.
Yeah.
Those are words.
It's about the journey of Prince's character changing, breaking the cast of his father.
And it is, but at no point does he go through anything that would cause those reactions. He just picks up his girlfriend, takes her to the dumps, takes her underneath the bridge, as you said, as you specifically said in this podcast, plants a bunch of kisses on her, feels her up. She doesn't like any of it. He pushes her to the ground. He's about to backhand her, and then he goes, nope, not going to do it. He at no point goes through any journey. He does douchebag,
No,
and then all of a sudden he's not douchebag.
The characters tell him to his face, this is what you're doing wrong, change.
And he does.
Finally does.
He finally does, but at no point does he start seeing things differently.
And he does
just all of a sudden flips a switch.
He sees things differently. He performs Wendy and Lisa's song. It's very classic character journey.
I'm not buying any of it.
I'm with Sam. It was a
Two
classic character journey. You just don't see it.
Yeah,
I see it. I don't think it's good filmmaking. I think it's fine filmmaking. I don't think that this is a bad movie. I think it kind of stinks, and I think it's fine, but at no point do I think that this movie is like, oh, it's just misunderstood. No, I think it's bad filmmaking.
Huh.
I think it's rad as shit.
Okay.
I think it's fun. I think it's enjoyable, but at no point do I think it's good.
So now then I'm going to go ahead and take this question. Was this better than Through the Never? Because they're basically the same goddamn thing.
Is it better than Through the Never is my last question?
Yeah. That's my last question as well. I have
no.
another question, but...
No, I don't think it is.
I liked this better because I haven't ever seen Prince play live, and I'd already seen Metallica do that before. My last question was, is Prince a good actor?
Yeah, I have no problem with Prince's acting.
I think he's a good actor, too.
Yeah, me too.
Final recommendations. I think I can see how you guys are going to go.
Absolutely. Do it.
Yeah, I'm surprised I never did it until now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to give it 2. I liked it a lot. I just don't think it's a good movie.
No.
Do not think it is art. I think it's art. I just don't think it's good art. Other than fucking Prince. I think everything that surrounds Prince stinks on ice.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're a fan of Prince and the music, there's no reason why you shouldn't watch this. You and I are fucking retards for not having watched this.
Oh, no. Absolutely
yeah.
not.
I've seen this movie so many times. I saw it when it came out.
If you're not a fan of Prince, if you hate Prince, I still think that there's enough shenanigans in this movie to enjoy.
Yeah.
Compared to other A Star is Born, compared to all of these other movies that do exactly the same thing, this is probably the best one I've ever seen.
So there you go. There's your movie. Thank you, Prince, for being fucking incredible. God, what a talent. I mean, really, name... I know people want to say Michael Jackson, but dude, I'm sorry, man. Not even fucking close.
Yeah, like honestly, I get more pumped listening to Prince than I ever did getting listening to Michael Jackson.
And you know what, dude? Prince played fucking instruments, Michael. Sorry, that goes a long way with me every time. Oh, wait, he didn't just play instruments. He was one of the best guitarists on the fucking planet.
And he actually was a composer. He could write a notation, as far as I understand it.
Yeah, no, dude, not even a fucking question. The only guy that I could think of that's even in the realm, we also just lost, is David Bowie. But, dude, Prince was a showman, hell of a fucking performer, hell of an artist, and yeah.
That's the sort of thing, is that a lot of people that have his level of instrumental and vocal talent don't have the writing. Like, if you compare him as an instrumentalist and a vocalist, you've got guys that you compare, or there's people you can compare him to, Elton John.
Mm-hmm.
But Elton John can't write a song to save his ass.
Nope.
I can compare one person I think is like border, and it's not even close, but like someone that's instrumentally that virtuoso and on so many different instruments and brilliant songwriters. The only person I can think of is Sarah McLachlan. Off the top of my head, she's not even close.
Not even close, because you know what? She's not much of a showman. She
can't
get on top of a speaker, Sam, and hump the fucking shit out of that.
No,
thing.
she can't do it. But I mean, in terms of writing and performing, she's quite good. But
yeah, she is.
Yeah, there's just nobody that does both of those things.
No, it sucks
so well.
It's gonna be a hard one to move on from. Yeah, I think Purple Rain was the right choice for us this weekend. I'm sure lots of people also watched it and enjoyed it. Again, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a blast. At no point was it not entertaining, and I look forward to us seeing Prince again. I think we should bring him back twice more. We got Under the Cherry Moon and Graffiti Bridge both sitting out there that I think are going to be perfect fits for the show.
Yeah, well, Graffiti Bridge got five Razzie nods.
Under the Cherry Moon got 3.
There you go.
So, yeah. All right. Next week, we will have Torrin Atkinson from the Caustic Soda podcast on for our She episode. Come back for that. Enjoy it. And in the meantime, get to the chopper. Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.